everybody, this is LMP Games, and welcome back to episode 25 of Season 1 of our First Impressions video series. Tonight we'll be playing a game called Redeemer. It's a game made by a developer called Saga Studios, published by ES Digital Games. I don't know much about this other than that it's a top-down game. From some of the screenshots I've seen, it might be like a twin stick sort of game or something, like where you use both sticks to move around and do stuff, potentially. Definitely, though, seems like it's some kind of action-related game. So I guess see like combat things going on. So, without knowing much more, like not looking at the Steam tags or whatnot, it looks like this is a top-down action. I don't know if it's an RPG or not, but some kind of top-down action adventure game sort of thing. So I'm going to assume there's no roguelike elements. It's not really an RPG. It's just like some kind of action sort of based game. So for that, in terms of like thinking about the different things and systems and things for ratings and stuff, controls are going to be a huge part of it. So game mechanics are going to be a huge factor on this gameplay. You know, the actual game mechanics as well. I think for action games, in general, audio can play a pretty big role in that. Art, not so much. I mean, again, if the game is crappy art, it's going to matter, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to, you know, if the art design is okay, it's not going to pull down too much, depending on like, what it looks like, and all that kind of stuff. Because art's not really that important for a top-down, isometric action game kind of thing. So mainly I'm looking at game mechanics and design, specifically controls for that, and I guess some of the level design, I suppose, aspect of art design is probably important as well. Secondarily, looking at audio design. Not so much important on these are story and the other parts of the art design. So we're not going to be looking at those too much in terms of like as we play through it, stuff I'm looking at and like paying attention for, that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what kind of game we have. I am playing on a PS5 controller, has full controller support. I just check let's do the options first because we always want to do this. So display options, we're running at 1440. Nice, motion blur and chromatic operation off by default. Very good. One of the few games I've seen that actually turns it off by default, so you should do. Again, this is a top-down game, so I could probably even run this in 4K and not really be that big of a deal. Alright, for audio, let's do our thing that we normally do. So we have voiceovers and we have subtitles. We have Russian and English voices. Okay. Game. We have difficulty, we have vibration, outlines, and auto-aim. So auto-aim, and these could technically be considered accessibility options, outlines so you can see things better, auto-aim if you are not so dexterous. But technically this could be considered accessibility features, but they are technically more gameplay features. They've been in games for quite a while, right? Like outlines, and outlines has been in like all the action RPGs, ARPGs like Diablo and Titan Quest and stuff like that. Auto aim has been in a lot of games as well, for many years. So technically they technically are accessibility features, but they're not billed as those usually, so they're fine where they're at. Controls, punch kick. Okay, I shouldn't have opened that. Like I say, controls are spoilers, because if you know what the controls are, you know what the game kind of is about, or at least some of the things in the game. Like when I go into a game, I want to try and be as spoiler free as possible if I can, and that does include controls. Some people might look at that or hear that and say, "What the frack? What do you mean controls are not spoilers?" Well, if you know a character can do like some kind of you know, supernatural move, then you know that, oh, these characters have superpowers or some kind of special power. And that's, you know, that is information you have gleaned from outside of context of the game. That is a spoiler. Sorry to say. There's no way really to get around it, though. I mean, you have to say what the controls do. You can't just say, random control R button. Because then you don't know what it's actually for, right? So there's no real way. Is controls spelled wrong? I thought controls was 2 L's. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just kind of weird. Maybe that is spelled right. I don't know. Controller. Well, controller might have 2 L's because it's LDR, I think. I don't know. Anyway, so there's no real way around. No real way around that. It's just I have to be careful not to go into controls. They did this arena mode. I'm not sure what that is. We have some extras too. We'll okay, how to play, scrolls, glossary. So I think we have there's some sort of like collectible in the game then. Again, that technically is a spoiler too. And we have some probably arena. It might be like in multiplayer mode or something like that. Then let's go ahead and start. We're gonna put this on to normal. There is a co-op mode. Okay.
It was supposed to be my 1000th morning of peace.
Why are there no subtitles? Oh, there it is.
I guess I need to reset that counter.
Subtitles didn't come when they were supposed to.
The Temple of the Vanishing Star was supposed to be unreachable by anyone who didn't know its secret location. It has been a perfect shelter for many years.
So he's some kind of monk? Or at least,
it has brought me a
hiding
new home, a new family, and a new purpose. They say the temple was built to offer those willing the fulfillment of a simple, hard-working life. A life of discipline over body and spirit. Here I was no longer a soldier, no longer a tool, no longer a dog. I was a brother and a seeker of wisdom. That's what they told me. No longer a dog. And I bought into the idea.
Ex-military, potentially?
But it's not easy to change a man like me. I did everything asked of me, but when it came down to meditation, I could still hear echoes of war firing up under my skull.
Okay, ex-military.
I am an addict, you see.
An addict?
You can have an addict live 40 years resisting temptation. Then you give him a taste of his addiction, and he spirals out of control. That's why I hoped I would never hear another gunshot in my life. Monks say that when you meditate, you shouldn't allow your past or fears of the future affect your awareness of the present. It's very hard today.
Wasn't expecting story with this at all, really. Melee weapons have durability and will break. Interesting. Okay, so we're literally top down, like actual top down. So square and triangle, punch and kick. Okay, he's embodied that guy. I have a roll on X. And right now, circle does nothing. R1. The shoulder buttons do nothing either. Go. Oh, okay. We exploded his ass. Do we have kill cams in this game? Do we literally have kill cams? That'd be interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, you can walk off the edge. Good to know. You died. God damn it. Okay, good to know. You can walk off the edge. that means that enemies can knock you off the edge. Oh wow. Okay. So we got some of the gores in this game, apparently. Not that that's a bad thing, not that that's a good thing, it just is. I'll beat a parry. Oh. Okay, so I have a breakaway for grabs. Melee weapon. Oh, we got a melee weapon. Has its durability, that's down at the bottom. Okay. What does that say? Can't tell what that says. I was thinking I would like light him on fire, but I guess not. So you can just pick up any weapon you want to, okay? Any melee weapon you want to. Kinda wish you could destroy stuff in the background. Right, check surroundings. Huh? That just turns you around in place. Oh wow. So circle is a contextual move. So in certain places you can use circle to do essentially a kill move, I guess. What it boils down to. And other interactables. Interesting. Oh, jeez. Damn. Okay. Stop right there. Jesus, man. This guy's like frickin' Goku or something. Enemies can hear your stealth kills if they are close. I think I was supposed to kill this guy stealthily, but I didn't. Form dodge roll. This guy's got a stun weapon or something. Get in the fire. Where you belong. Buddy. Buried thing there. Oh, something we can do there. Yes, follow me. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's go there with your friend. Now the stick. A giant boulder.
Get him.
Replenish your vitality by killing enemies. Get rid of that guy. So they could have beaten up on a monk, obviously killed him. Oh, they dodged it.
There he is, the traitor. You, face on the ground. Now.
There he is, the traitor.
Damn. We're like knocking them back Kratos style, man. What the hell? What's this? Some kind of collectible? An Alpha Tech tablet. Wait, what button was that? Ah, right, left on the trackpad. So you have one tablet, and we can upgrade anything we want here. So it gives you more ammo on pickup. Increases your ranged defense. Increases melee defense. Increases punch damage, kick damage, melee weapon durability on pickup. And I guess these are also tied to levels, so as we do stuff, we actually are getting experience and leveling those up too. And I guess oh, they have perks, interesting. So how do we use these tablets? Is that what these are for? Tablets are for these? No. I don't know what tablets are for then. Shift to upgrade. Wait, shift? So it actually is not... It said full controller support. It's not actually full controller support. That's a lie on the page. Yeah, there we go.
Fucking animals!
I has an axe. You guys have nothing. What the hell? That guy got yeeted, literally. The physics system was like, nope, you're going over the edge, buddy. So these aren't technically a lock-on. Nothing over there.
There he is. Right there.
Oh, got the gun. A right trigger to shoot. Okay. So aim and then... Whoa. Aim and then die, apparently. God damn it. I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that that was there. Okay, we're back over here, it looks like. Kick you in the face. Get yeeted. That's my advice, and if you took it. Oh, I see. So when you run out of bullets, you throw it away. So you don't. This isn't like a long-term thing. It's like the melee weapons. They have a time at which they no longer apply or no longer useful. Unwelcome guests. That's kind of a weird place for it to end, right? Right there. Whoa, what the hell? That wasn't even. We're not even in the same place we were just at. That is funky level design. Oh damn! I just like threw him into the wall.
There he is. Let him escape.
Yeah. Oh, knife. Give me knife.
There! I got it.
Damn. Got a bit of a roll movement hack there.
Come
Oh wow,
to me,
okay.
and I'll give you what you're looking for.
Boss fight. Oh, okay. So we just can literally Kratos skill them. Damn. Executions, multiple kills, kills the environment, objects are replenish your vitality. Basically, so it's just murder, 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 regain health. Okay. So the more death and destruction you rain upon your enemies, the more you heal.
Got him.
Damn. Getting vortex too. Oh geez, we got a big guy.
Say goodbye.
Okay, so it's gonna take a bit of getting used to. Fighting the different types of enemies at once. Oh, crap. Oh, come on. I keep on hitting damn circle. I think I'm playing Bloodborne instead of X, trying to do the roll dodge.
There he is, traitor.
So are these guys part of the military we used to belong to? Because he's calling me a traitor. Can I throw this guy on the tree over here? I cannot. Okay, it's too big. Too thick.
There he is.
Bye-bye. See ya later, Mr. Thick Boy. Press to pick a perk. Okay, so at three levels you can do a perk, it seems. Adds a 5th strike to combo, X to very powerful punch, or attack from a roll. I think we'll do Claw Strike. I got a scroll. Upgrade one of your soldier skills with the scroll. Okay.
Stop right there!
Just launched him into the wall. Oh, we can have another perk to get on kicks this time. We'll do swoop on this one, so out of a roll. Scroll, no scroll has been unlocked. Got an axe, bigger axe. Oh god. And we pull it out of his face. Nice. Give me the sledgehammer.
I got it.
No, you don't. Goodbye. Guess we have to go over the bridge. Oh, there we go. This has to be a lot closer, I think.
Hey, you over there!
Oh, okay.
I got it.
Okay, a little bit of the punchy punch there. Damn. Blasted his head on the wall. Okay, he has no more throat. Jeez. It was already dead. We got another upgrade on... We have an upgrade on Monk, maybe? Yeah. Feng Shui. Killing enemies with throwable objects restores more health. Parries deal damage and vulnerable during rolls. Killing more enemies at once restores more health. I think we'll do Fearless. It'd be kind of cool if there's more combo potential, right? And I think there probably is later on as we get further
They
into the
took
game.
some of our brothers alive. I don't know why.
The silly? Is that our character's name? Oh, where am I? Uh oh. Camera's bugged. Oh, the camera's super bugged. Yeah, so the game has some problems. Glossary has been updated.
That was uncalled for.
Whoa, whoa. A ninja? Or something? Some kind of higher level unit there. Okay, so this hammer is able to take out the heavier units pretty easily. Kind of stun locks them.
Maybe this is better than being taken alive.
Oh. So the kill animation kind of gives you some iframes, it seems. Okay. What's this? Ooh, shotgun. Let's go. Oh man, that goes out pretty fast though. Just to be expected. It's a pretty powerful weapon, it seems. Oh, damn. Get a knife here.
Every hand in their army will be broken today.
Don't let him escape. Right there.
Okay. I could have snuck up on him. Ooh. Oh, shoddy. Damn. Right in the dick. Oh, this guy's a shotgun on him. Taking that. Jeez. Butcher. Start execute 30 enemies. Got a achievement for that. There we go.
Face on the ground! He's down!
Okay, so when you have a weapon, you can't do a roll attack. There we go. Now we got another perk. Oh, he's on top of the gun. I can't get it now. Shoot. There's a bunch of, I think actually stealth kill these guys. Interesting. A bunch of big dudes in here now.
Got him!
Are you all right?
I'm not what they're looking for, but otherwise I'm all right.
What do you mean, what they're looking for?
They had a scanning device.
Huh.
Apparently the two of us did not fit the parameters. They took the others alive.
Do you know where Master Lei is?
He should be in the temple with the others.
I'm going there.
Cut through the old ruins under the monastery. There's a hidden entrance behind the shelves.
Thank you. Find a place to hide. It will be over soon.
Tread lightly, brother.
So this our character used to be one of these big guys, right? Certainly looks that way. What's interesting is that once you get to an area, the camera locks onto a specific location. It's kind of annoying. So you can't go back and look look for things and stuff while you're still in the level, not after you finish it. Oh, look, there's like a Diablo thing coming down here. It's kind of cool. Oh god, got all kinds of guys here. Yeah, so these guys have a higher level weapon now. Yeah, they have an AR now. I have some perks we can do too. A bunch of them actually. Jeez. It's like every 3 levels you can get another perk. We'll get another. Get that one. We'll get Dragon Kick, and we'll do Slayer. Come on, I'm hitting L1 and it's not parrying. Timing must be off. Okay, what there? So you gotta start from the beginning, that kinda sucks. And we still have the levels, so we keep the levels. So it seems that the levels retain even if you die. There's a little bit of a roguelike aspect to it. I think so, anyway? I could be wrong. But yeah, we do keep them. Oh, wow.
Nonsense.
Okay. Fire, fire. I got a hole. Okay. So it's a heavy enemy. Okay. So you can have a melee and a weapon, gun weapon. Okay. Using environment. Bad day. I think it was right off the right off the entrance here. Okay. So this place is cleared. At least over in that area. That's just a gun. So water slows you down. got him? No, you don't got him. I got you instead. Oh crap, I got a shotgun. Oh no, they said regular guns, never mind. That's his own health. Okay, so here we can roll. It's like a dash almost. I guess just run into my punch and die. I think he did. Nice. Okay. That's kind of cheap. If they can shoot you from up above like that. This took him out easy. Okay. Okay. Another boss fight down here. Feels like a pretty wide open area.
Need a light?
Yeah, this is literally Starcraft reference. Okay, so you do recover health a little bit. Oh, there we go. Got another perk. On Monk. Let's do invulnerable during rolls. Iframes on roll seems pretty good. That's a weapon though, right? Maybe I've already used it though. Can't pick it up anymore. That's the exit. Let's wait on that for a bit. Explore a little bit more.
I got him!
Can we go up the other? Cause there's a door over here, right? Yeah, we can't go in here. It's in here. Oh, it's scroll. Okay. Grab that. All right, now we can leave. This definitely has like a Diablo-esque kind of feel to it, right? Turns out like the levels are designed to whatnot. I'll do one more level here, and then we'll rate it. Weird. So come over here, buddy. Come on over here. There we go. Gotta use everything at least once. Sometimes it's a little difficult to control the rolls and such. Oh. Okay. Jeez, I got them both. Nice. Area of effects. Oh, no, I got one, not this guy. There we go. This is a really interesting game. It's like the Doom of Diablos, almost.
Shaw brothers, always together. Okay, we got a bit of like a arena situation here. Oh wow, they can grab it out. Oh, another fire boy. With some other dudes. Oh, he doesn't actually set them on fire. There's no friendly fire in the game. That's kind of cheap.
like dreading the day that you have to fight two of those guys at once. So you know it's gonna happen eventually. This place is on fire. Full stealth.
I got him.
Oh crap, I didn't see the guy behind the bookcase. Oh, can't dodge out of the way of that apparently. Actually you can, I just didn't. A couple times I almost got killed here, but got saved. Mask got saved by certain things. This gun's gonna be a problem here. Oh, crap. Oh man. He can actually shoot while he's doing his arm thing, which is kind of annoying. And I set myself on fire too. So is there any way to not trigger this guy here on... I don't think there is. Yeah, so my guy's name is Vasily apparently. They all know it. Grab the axe here. There we go. These guys are pretty well boned in here, so they're all stuck in areas on fire. Whoa! Oh, he's executable. I almost missed that. Cool. Do we have a perk we can get? Let's go and do that fast. Got a couple actually. Tiger Punch and Tail Swoop.
When your master said you were a changed man, I thought he babbled nonsense. I know Vasily all too well, but that beard, you got me there. Did your master order you to look like this? Did you? No! Don't fight me. That's what friends are for. Now you can shave it off.
You know what? I'm going to enjoy.
Yeah, show me what those monks have been teaching you. Or do you need to stretch first?
Okay. Let's not get greedy. Nice. I got a little bit greedy. No.
Take him out.
Oh, come on. Cheap shit.
I guess this is how you feel right before you die, when your life starts flashing before your eyes.
Wait, they shot me
just
for
wish
the
my
gun.
life revolved
That's
around something
arrows.
more than Berkut. Still, when I saw him, part man,
That's a weird
toaster, I realized it could have been me.
toaster.
We were like twins once, both raised on the streets, enjoying the simple pleasures of life like street fights and sleeping rough. I was always a little bit stronger than him. I thought he was the smart one, always agreed to everything he said. And I thought we would forever make the same choices. He was the closest thing I ever had to family. But with all his smarts, Berkut could not convince me to follow him this one last time.
Huh.
Now it's clear he's not done with me yet.
Hakodama? Jesus, what the hell is that? Some kind of demon? Alright, so let's go ahead and rate this game. So gameplay mechanics and design. Game feels okay. It's a little bit, there's some jank to it. Like the rolling is really janky sometimes, and you end up rolling way too far. So a real way to control it other than just memorize distance that you do with the roll. Sometimes if you do a roll then an attack, you'll like leap really far forward, more than you're thinking you're going to. Sometimes the interactions don't always work. I think just because of the way that things are around you. So like sometimes you might have an enemy around you that's maybe executable, and you have something that, or maybe a couple enemies that are around you. One's executable, and one you can kill with like an environmental thing. Sometimes one or the other one won't work because of that. Controls otherwise feel okay. Movements feels okay. Attacking feels okay. The combo system feels decent enough. I kind of wish there was some more variation. Like if you did a variation of punches and kicks, you would have different moves you could do. It just very seems like, you know, punch a certain number of times for a combo, hit a certain kick a certain number of times for a combo. There's no real interplay between the different button presses, right? Melee weapons feel really powerful at times, but also really weak in others. Like certain types of melee weapons are better against certain enemies, which is good. Like the larger ones, the hammers and the large axes are really good against heavier enemies. Whereas like the knife and other things are weaker, which is a good distinction to have. Guns feel really janky and overpowered. I think the game would have been better served not to have them at all, to be honest. But then I guess it's kind of a nostalgic thing too, because it's kind of based on the story that you would have guns. So I think guns could have done in a much better way than how they're doing here. I didn't like the fact that when you're in water you couldn't roll, you had to do this dash run thing, which kind of really, I felt like the dash thing prevented you from taking advantage of the iframes of the roll, right? Which, I mean, maybe that's a little more realistic, but at the same time, you're changing what the functionality of the roll is now. X no longer has the ability to protect you from damage or prevent you from taking damage. Now you'll take damage regardless. Which I think, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because you're technically in a different type of terrain, right? So it's kind of good that the terrain changes what some of your actions do. At the same time, it also changes the the actual base functionality of that action. I think it would have been better if the dash still gave you the iframes that the roll does, but I don't know. What else? Gameplay mechanic wise, I think that there should be like there should be some other kind of system, right? There should be some sort of skill system that then takes advantage of the multiple different button presses and combinations of buttons. It feels like there's an entire like skill tree mode missing from this game, and it would be something that would easily fit into the game systems and would actually enhance the game itself by giving you more things to do than just, you know, punch and kick, and make the combat a bit more varied, right? Because right now it seems like the only thing that's really varied are the finishers, and those are contextual a lot of the time. It would really good, and it'd be really good if the actual combat could be more varied too. And you actually have moves you could do. Now, I mean, they had the perks, which are kind of moves. They're not really moves. They're just upgrades to your existing stuff that gives you a buff or something like that, extra feature to it, right? It's not an actual move like if I hit, you know, square, triangle, triangle, square, I'm going to do something specifically different that has certain things that it does, as opposed to just hitting, you know, square, triangle, square, or square, triangle, triangle. You know, an actual combo system. So I think there was a really huge missed opportunity with that. That would have made this game really good, combo-wise. As it is, it's just it's okay. Not okay as in like a bad okay, but okay as in like a good okay, but still just kind of mediocre okay. Like 6.5 out of 10 instead of like an 8 out of 10. If this had an actual combo system with actual combos that you can unlock through your, you know, different leveling up of different stuff, this would be an 8 out of 10 on game design and mechanics. But as it stands, it's 6.5. So that brings us to art design. Okay, art design. So for art design, overall the game is pretty good. Things, you know, the art is good. The way things look is good. Enemy types are kind of varied. You got these new kind of demon-looking guys that are pretty cool looking. The levels themselves look like they would for the areas they are. Nothing seems really out of place. The one thing I had to say at the very beginning, going into the second level, there was like this area that we walked towards, and then when we went to the next map, it was nothing like where we just were, right? It was completely different. Didn't even look like we went through that area at all. And that's really, so far, the only thing I've noticed is like that really weird level transition. Oh, and also for I guess, yeah, it would be game mechanics, I guess. The whole locking of the camera to a specific place when you clear a level is annoying, so I would like to go back through and look for stuff, right? So that factors in the 6.5 too. But things don't feel too bad. Some of the levels feel a little bit under-designed, like that last area we were in with all the catacomb-looking like kind of things. There's a lot of really tight spaces. Granted, it's kind of designed to be that way, but at the same time, I think this game would benefit from a little bit more open map design than what some of the areas have, especially with like the flamer at the end there. Now it's supposed to be really tight space to make it harder, but at the same time you got an enemy that can essentially set, you know, pretty much 80% of that small room on fire, and you have like almost nowhere to stand. So map design is passable. The art is good. Character designs are good. So I'll give this a 7 out of 10 for art design. Audio. So for audio design, there isn't really much in the way of music in the game. Really, in the cutscenes, you got it. Mainly, it's where the music is in the cutscenes. You got some background stuff that happens, but it's not really front and center, right? Sound effects sound okay. You know, weapons being fired, things hitting other things, punches and kicks and stuff. That all sounds reasonable. It's not really super good. They're not really good quality audio effects, but sound effects. But they're okay. They're not bad. The voice acting is also okay. I mean, I get it's not that it's bad or anything, but I mean the characters are supposed to be monotones because they're soldiers essentially, so they've been through training and they have a certain way of talking. They have just, you know, they're used to doing. But I think overall they could have done a bit more with the music. I think at least something more than just like that low droning kind of thing in the background. Maybe something more upbeat, a little more, you know, visceral. Speaking of which, I liked the boss fight. It felt like I was kind of fighting a Souls boss almost, where the enemy had different abilities and things as he went through the health bar. That was good. Not going to change the score from that, though. So for audio design, we'll give this game a 6 out of 10 for sound design. So story. So far, there isn't really much story. I mean, so we are our character is an ex-soldier that I guess couldn't do what they were doing anymore, and went AWOL, joined these monks to try and go into hiding and try and change himself, but found himself unable to really rid himself of the different you know, kinds of psychological training he probably underwent as a soldier that made him want to kill. And I don't know why they're after him for. Maybe he stole something. Maybe he did something when he left that made him a wanted person, so they're coming after him. But his old military unit's coming after him, trying to capture him or kill him. And well, we have been captured now. So we haven't really gotten too much of the story. It's, you know, it's okay. It's like with everything else in this game, it's decent enough. So I'm gonna give this game for story a 6.5 so far. So overall, what would I give this game? I think that overall, this is a reason, you know, it's an okay game. I don't think it deserves, I'm looking at the Steam store page now. I don't think it deserves the very positive it has. It doesn't feel like it's that good of a game. I'm not sure why it has that much that high of a score for it. Maybe later on the story gets better. Maybe it's just because of the gore or something. I don't know. Yeah, some people say the story is good. I'm not sure. I mean, story sounds decent so far, right? Maybe it gets better later on as we continue through, but at the moment, at the beginning here, first hour of the game or so, it's just a mediocre story. And that's kind of the feeling I get from the game. It's kind of a middle-of-the-road game, mediocre sort of game so far. Nothing really stands out about it. Nothing's really that innovative about it. It doesn't feel special among different types of isometric games like this. Hades, for example, is another sort of similar gameplay style, where you're isometric down, beating him up, sort of beat him up sort of thing, so you can have like the Fists of Malphons. So it's comparable sort of, gameplay there. Doesn't feel, better than Hades. It feels kind of clunky compared to Hades, and compared to other types of games of this type that I've played in the past. It's not a bad game though. It's just okay, and it's okay to be an okay game. Not every game has to be, ballbuster 10 out of 10, or even 8 out of 10, or even 7 out of 10. 5 out of 10 games are fine. Bad games when we start getting down to like 4s and 3s, and definitely 2s and 1s. There's this huge stigma around getting below a 7 these days for a game rating. And I blame it on the fact that, one, I blame it on publishers, because publishers have unrealistic expectations of how their games are going to do. It's a big chunk of it. I blame it on people that, it's a valid criticism that, people don't have a lot of time or money, and they want to play games that are, they view as worth their time and money. At the same time, just because you don't have the time or the money to play a game doesn't make it bad. That's, a you problem. So on the flip side of that, and also related to that though, is the fact that people say, well, I don't want to pay money, full price or whatever. I don't want to play a game that's a 5 out of 10 because that's a bad game. I don't want to spend my time playing a bad game. No, it's a 5 out of 10 game is a okay game. It's it's a mediocre, in the middle kind of game. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just okay. 7 out of 10, you're getting to the good kind of side. 8, basically 9 and 10 out of 10 should be reserved for games that are above and beyond the average score, right? They're different, set apart from their peers. They are examples of master classes in some kind of way, or in general. Like Chrono Trigger, Mass Effect 2, Starcraft. What's another one? Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one. Those kinds of games that stand out. Breath of the Wild, games like that. Those are not 8s and 9s and 10s you don't give to just any game, right? I see people out there like rating Xbox games, all Xbox games, like 9s and 10s. Like, that isn't a realistic rating because it's not objective. So, all that said, I want to give this game a 6. This is a situation where the sum of the parts, the sum of the whole is less, or the whole is lesser than the sum of the parts. Like, so yes, we had a couple 7s here, right? Well, we had one 7. We had some 6s and 6.5s, 6.5s and a 6. But the reason I'm not going for a 6.5 is because when you combine some of these things and negatives together that I outlined a little bit of, it drags the rest of the stuff down a little bit. I tend not to have these things kind of, one of the things I try not to do is have the other aspects influence each other and then have that influence the overall score, but sometimes you have to do it because the combinations of things that happen, like the jankiness with how the rolling and stuff works, and then on top of that, how damaging and broken guns are, how much damage they do. You run into situations quite often where you're trying to roll, you miss the guy, you get stuck over in some part of the map behind him, and there's other guys shooting at you, and you end up taking a crap ton of damage because the roll goes too far, or doesn't like lock onto an enemy or something, so it's a very janky kind of combat system in that way. And we take that together with like the level design being pretty decent but not always great. it causes, you know, overall it reduces the experience of the game. So that's, yeah, it's only a half point drop, so we're not going like way down like I did on, I think Blood Ruin is probably the one I had the most kind of shitposty review of, first impression review of, I think, because that game really got under the skin a bit for not being, for being very incomplete. But yeah, this game is good. It's good. I think that 6 is probably the base, right? It won't go any lower than that. It would probably go higher after this. I don't know which. I think maybe the story might get better. People seem to think the story is really good. I don't know. I mean, I haven't read enough Steam reviews on enough games to know whether or not Steam players are an accurate judge of good story or not. But I'll give Steam reviewers, since I am one, a little bit of credit and say that maybe they're right and the story gets better, so that could happen. I don't think the level design or gameplay is going to... Well, the gameplay might get a little bit better as we unlock more things. I don't think the level design is going to get better, though. I think that's like an inherent thing of like this claustrophobic kind of sort of design in some places. Like right here, there's a whole bunch of places it's really small and cramped up in. You get in a situation with a couple different enemies that have certain abilities, comes a real problem. And you might not be able to get out of that easily enough or quickly enough to not die. It's a problem of these kinds of games. You run into that a lot with isometric games. And it's not like something that I dramatically like would mark down for, but it has a little bit of an impact. So all the things put in together equals half point. But still pretty good game. I don't. Let's see, how much is this when you buy it new? Right now, what's on Steam at the moment? $10. It's $10. It's not that big of. It's not. Yeah, I would say $10 is fine for this game. That's the price I would probably say it should be. I don't know if this is their first game. Let me just go see. Let me check what they got. Is this their only game? Yeah, they also have one called Kyborg, which seems to be kind of the similar sort of gameplay style, but 3D. Which is interesting. One that's the same kind of gameplay as this called Remedium Sentinels. Okay, they got a couple of games. They got Redeemer, 9 Monks of Shaolin, Redeemium, and Sentinels, and this other game called Kyborg. So they got a few games. And a lot of them seem to be the same sort of gameplay style as this, except for this newer one. So they seem to know what they're doing. You know, they do have several games under the belt, so I'd say go check out their games if you like this kind of game. You might find some other ones that you'll like. Yeah, this game's good. It's an okay game, not a bad game, as D7 likes to say. And if it's not a bad game, it's a good game. Just the level of good is the question. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Comments, questions, leave below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video where we will be doing Red Dead Redemption 2. So next to first impression, and the last one will be number 26, and the final one for season 1. And then after that, we'll be doing the end of season review, going over all the ratings and things, breaking things down into different types of data, and just kind of see if we could pull some interesting stuff out of the ratings and all the other stuff we can kind of put together from that. And that data will get more and more interesting as we go on, I think, because we'll have more and more games. Every season we'll like do them separately, but then also take those games from that season, add them to the previous season's data, and then look at the seasons together as well, and kind of build up a more comprehensive data set and see what kinds of things we can see, as far as what my first impressions of games are based on a bunch of different criteria and data points are. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time. Till then, this is LMP Games, and I will see you later.